Welcome to week 1 of Healing Through Self-Hypnosis in collaboration with Esalen Institute. I'm Krein, and I practice hypnotherapy in Campbell, California. My website is LoriKrein.com or southbayhypno.com. There are two parts to this video, or there are two videos to this session. In part 1, after introductions, we discuss the basics of hypnotherapy. In the second video, I interviewed the participants to discover their intention for the hypnotherapy session, which is what we did next. So enjoy, and thanks for watching. Let's see, Mickey, what is it that you do? You said that you might want to do this with clients, and so what is it that you do?
So I am an energy healer. I have a company called Life and Flow Healing. It is my own method, but it's based on a lot of different modalities that are out there.
And Heather, do you practice some kind of healing?
Yes, I'm a product of all these modalities that I've learned over the last 30 years too, including Reiki and hands-on healing and energy work, and most recently done shamanic work as well.
I'll give you a little bit of an introduction of why I'm here and how I got here. A few years back, I also was having a dark night of the soul. I found myself struggling, and mostly it was relationship stuff, but it was really, I thought it was my marriage, but it was really relationship with myself, as it turned out, which, big surprise there, right? Hello. I was feeling like something was wrong or off, and I wasn't feeling right, and I just kept ignoring it. My mind was like telling me, you have a great life, stop complaining. Everything's fine. And my heart was like, no, something's wrong. So I was having an imbalance, right? My brain was taking up too much of making up too many of my decisions and having too much of an impact on my life. And my heart was like not being listened to. And I wanted to try and find a way to connect back with my heart. And hypnotherapy was one of the first things that I tried. In addition to hypnotherapy, some of the other things I tried was on this list: neurofeedback, went to a bunch of workshops. I tried psychedelics. I did meditation, plant medicine, group therapy, regular therapy, books, energy healing, yoga nidra, and there's probably a bunch more that I don't even have listed. And hypnotherapy was one of the first things and one of the more major things that I did that really helped me to find this balance between my brain, my mind, and my heart. I decided to study it a little bit more because it was so helpful to me. Why do I think hypnotherapy works? Well, there's a couple of reasons. One is that we're disconnected, right? A lot of times for me, it was disconnection between my head and my heart. So I needed to plug back in to the two so that they could connect with each other, because they're both important in every part of our lives. So it was connecting myself back to myself. I was like in two different parts. So the middle picture is showing like the both parts of me coming together and trying to, meld, be a whole person again. And part of that journey, as the third picture shows, I had difficult things happening and I had happy things, good things happening. I was trying to push away the bad and get more good. If you've done healing work, which it sounds like you both have, you know that doesn't work. I was having negative feelings of anxiety. I had physical problems. I was feeling depressed, and I kept trying to push it away. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want to feel that way. What I wanted to do was feel happy. So I tried to push those feelings away and just focus on the happy stuff and be peaceful and calm and have a smile on my face. In the end, what I realized through hypnotherapy and all the other things was that I need to embrace all of me. And that includes the negative, that includes all the bad things or difficult things or challenging things that happen are part of how you become happy more of the time. And that it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to have grief. It's like actually wonderful to feel those things, because if you don't feel those things, you also aren't able to feel the joy. That was my short version of the journey that I have been on. The hypnotherapy aspect of it, your conscious is just a tiny little part of who we are, and your subconscious is a much larger part. Not only do we integrate the mind, I was trying to integrate my mind and my heart, but I wanted to integrate my conscious and my subconscious. So that was a big part of my work. Can you point to your conscious mind?
Not that I know of.
What about your subconscious mind? Where is that located? Yeah, right. And same with the unconscious, like where is it? Where does it exist? Now, a lot of people, when you ask them to point to their conscious mind, they just point to their brain or their head. Like, okay, conscious mind, that's where everything happens up here. And this is where I think, and this is where I process. You could argue that maybe that is where your conscious mind is, your brain, but it's really all over your body. And same with the other two. Subconscious and the unconscious resonates everywhere in our body because it's all connected. So if we think about a person that we love, a person that we hate, we will usually feel something in our body. It's going to be pleasant, it might be unpleasant. If we think about any pleasant experience, our body might feel good. And if we think about something that was not so good, our body doesn't feel so good. So we know that there's a connection between the mind and the body. We also know that all the experiences that happen in our lives, our bodies are holding on to that. Hypnotherapy is a way for us to access the subconscious, and I call it guided meditation with intention. When I first experienced hypnotherapy, and I thought, I can't be hypnotized. I could never lose control of my mind. And then when I realized that hypnosis is not losing control, it's actually just going deeper into yourself. And then it happened and I was able to do it. I realized it's really just a deep meditation, but a specific intention. So you're doing it because you're trying to change perception. You're trying to change something, the way you think about something, the way you feel about something. It might be a physical thing that you're trying to change. Every time you do hypnotherapy, it's with a specific intention in mind. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. So the first question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how skeptical are you about hypnosis?
So I'm a 2 to 3.
I'm probably a 5 to a 6 since I haven't experienced it.
Okay. And then the second question is, imagine like we're about to do hypnosis right now. How do you feel?
Excited.
Yeah, cool. All right. I just want to talk briefly about the nuts and bolts of hypnosis. The first part of it is what needs to change. So what is it that you want to shift in yourself? And if you want to jot or take a minute to think about that and just jot it down. So for example, for me, I wanted to find more balance between my mind and my heart. That was my intention. So the second part is we have to be able to relax. And when I say clear our mind or clear your mind, that's probably not really true, right? It's impossible to clear our mind. The job of our mind is to think, is to analyze, is to question, is to be in constant awareness. It's either focus on something externally, like we're watching a movie or we're taking this class or there's another person talking to us or we're cooking dinner, whatever, right? We're focused on some external activity or stimulus. Probably a good part of our day, we are engaged with the external world. We're listening, we're watching, we're talking. When we take a moment to quiet, if you shut off a lot of the external stimulation, then your mind starts to chatter internally to yourself, to think about this and you're thinking about that. And that's what the mind does. Clearing your mind is really impossible. But what we're going to do is try to clear your mind of the normal things that you typically think about. You might have a tape in your head. You might be worried about something. You might have anxiety. Through visualization, and what we talk about it as a special place or a peaceful place, which I'll get to in more detail. But that's like the second sort of criteria of hypnosis. The third part of hypnosis is the hypnotic suggestion. And that comes from the first bullet. What is it that we need to change? But that's the next stage, is once you get into this relaxed, deep state, then the hypnotic suggestion, which is the thing you want to change, comes in, and there's specific ways that you want to do that. Once that's completed, we call it coming back. So that's coming back into your body, coming back to consciousness, full consciousness, waking back up. So those are the main 4 parts of a hypnotic session. What I'd like to do today is to give you a chance to experience the guided meditation. Whatever you wrote down about what you want to change, we're going to get more deeply into that in a minute. And then I'm going to do an induction and give you a chance to experience what this is like.